Um, South Africa is a movie. We live in a drama. It's a series. Every day you will be shocked by something new.
You understand what I'm saying? That is why I'm saying I am amazed by the confidence. Because this man, the leader of the ANC, he didn't speak like this to try and impress us as the citizens. Because in that gathering, there were no regular citizens. It's just the ANC, So he didn't speak like that to try and impress people. He was speaking like that because he just decided to tell them the truth. That the reason they failed to get the outright majority on the previous elections is because they are criminals and they are stealing from South Africans. You can hear some of them, they are having a problem with the way he's speaking. Say, you can hear. They are also shocked as to why this man is speaking to us like this, because they are used to other corrupt leaders in the ANC who always nest their feelings because they are also corrupt. So it's a shock for them to listen to their colleague telling them that they are criminals. It's something that they didn't expect. Same way I didn't expect it. I don't think they also expected it. That is why you can hear some of them are complaining there. They just expected the leader of the ANC Youth League to just nest their feelings as usual, But then he decided to tell them the truth, that they are criminals and the South Africans shouldn't be blamed for losing hope in the ANC because it's the fault of the ANC.
We won't blame the people of South Africa for putting the ANC at 40%. We must blame ourselves as the leaders for not giving them a reason not to put the ANC at 40%. If in PGMs of the ANC, you beat each other up, you elect councillors who are drunkards, you put mayors who can't even read council agendas, you put municipal managers who are criminals, you protect forums of criminals, you protect corruption. Who is going to vote for an organization that is stealing from the poor? You know the way when the integrity of the messenger is in question, Comrade Chair of the Veterans League, I always say this thing, I repeat it everywhere I go. When the integrity of the messenger is in question, no one will believe the message. No matter how true is the message, if the integrity of the messenger is in question, no one will believe the message. Now, where we are seated, the reason there's a call by the veterans of the ANC and everyone that we must renew the ANC, it is because the integrity of the messenger is in question. No one believes anything the ANC says anymore. It is only members of the ANC where we believe each other. But when we leave, no one believes us. Because the integrity of the messenger is in question. I'm saying, everything you do, if you are in question, if you are known, Comrade Francisco, in your village, that you are a criminal, you steal from people, even if we can put you as a councillor and tell people that you are no longer a thief, you are fighting against crime, they won't believe you because they stay with you every day. They know that you still kekel ematole. Bayamazi Francisco ematole. If kekels are lost there in Gamatole, we must go and look them kwa Francisco. No more I'm the councillor. No more I'm imposer because you are in charge of structures, whether PC or region. You can impose him because you have the power to do it. But the people who must support you and vote for you, they stay with him every day. They know he's a criminal. Now, we no longer have that luxury.
Now, honestly speaking, this is not something that I expected from the ANC. Honestly. I didn't think there's going to come a day when someone in the ANC is telling the ANC about all the corruption and the nonsense that they are doing. Actually explaining to them why they failed to get the outright majority on the previous elections. Because the ANC and its leaders is mostly known for shifting blame, is mostly known for ignoring accountability. If you can listen to most ANC leaders whenever they speak, it's either they are going to blame white people because of apartheid, they are going to blame that man, this lady, but they will never blame themselves as the ANC. We are the only ones as the citizens who usually blame the ANC. Now that is why I'm saying it came as a shock for me to listen to the leader of the ANC Youth League actually tell his colleagues the truth, that they are criminals, telling them straight up in their faces. And what impressed me with what the leader of the ANC is saying is the confidence of telling the ANC cadres at an ANC gathering. You know, he wasn't speaking to the citizens. He wasn't addressing the citizens there. And when I say the citizens, I'm talking to us, regular South Africans. He wasn't addressing us there. He was addressing the ANC. So we can't say maybe he was pretending. Because sometimes whenever our leaders are speaking to the citizens, they pretend and promise us all sorts of things. They lie. They manipulate us, because they just want to continue doing corruption in this country. But it's a different perspective, or let me say it's a different approach when this man is addressing the ANC. So I don't think what he's saying is a way maybe to manipulate us as the citizens into maybe voting for the ANC on the coming elections. No, this speech was not meant to lie to South Africans. This speech was meant to address the corruption inside the ANC. You understand what I'm saying? That is why I'm saying I am amazed by the confidence. Because this man, the leader of the ANC, he didn't speak like this to try and impress us as the citizens. Because in that gathering, there were no regular citizens. It's just the ANC, So he didn't speak like that to try and impress people. He was speaking like that because he just decided to tell them the truth. That the reason they failed to get the outright majority on the previous elections is because they are criminals and they are stealing from South Africans. You can hear some of them, they are having a problem with the way he's speaking. Say, you can hear. They are also shocked as to why this man is speaking to us like this, because they are used to other corrupt leaders in the ANC who always nest their feelings because they are also corrupt. So it's a shock for them to listen to their colleague telling them that they are criminals. It's something that they didn't expect. Same way I didn't expect it. I don't think they also expected it. That is why you can hear some of them are complaining there. They just expected the leader of the ANC Youth League to just nest their feelings as usual, But then he decided to tell them the truth, that they are criminals and the South Africans shouldn't be blamed for losing hope in the ANC because it's the fault of the ANC. I appreciate this leader of the ANC Youth League for telling them this. Because sometimes when we tell them as the citizens, it's as if maybe we hate the ANC for no reason, or we are flirting with white people. We now want white people in power. When that's not the case, the reason we have lost hope in the ANC is because of the ANC. So I'm happy to hear their colleague telling them that it's not our fault as the South African citizens. It's the fault of the ANC. Citizens wouldn't want to vote for people who are stealing from the country. But then this man, the ANC Youth League leader, I think he didn't get the memo on how things are done there by the ANC for him to speak like this. If he continues in this position going forward for maybe another term, that is going to be a bonus for him, I'm telling you. Because he's speaking in a way as if he doesn't understand that, no, here, man, we are busy with corruption here. So if you are going to come with your moral codes here, if you are going to want to expose us on stage, tell us that we are criminals in front of our eyes when you are also part of the ANC, then you won't last here, my man. You didn't get the memo. And that is why I'm thinking also that this man, he hasn't started being corrupt there by the ANC. So he can still notice the corruption, the nonsense that is being done by the ANC, because he is not yet corrupt. That is my own opinion, personal observation. Because for a person to speak like this, tell his colleagues who would help him if he was involved in corruption simply means he is not involved in their corruption. So he's telling them about their corruption. And the fact that he told them like this, chances are it's either he won't continue in that role of being the ANC Youth League leader because he is not corrupt and he wants to expose corruption, or he's also going to join on the corruption. You know, because when you get to an environment and you find people there without any moral barometers, after a while, those people are going to brainwash you into being like them. You can come there being a person who wants to serve the nation, who wants to provide service delivery. You just want to fight for South Africa. But when you get there, you find everyone is corrupt. You are the only one who's doing things by the book. It's only a matter of time until you also change and become corrupt. And that is the biggest problem there by the ANC. Because there are some innocent people who get positions there by the ANC who want to help the citizens. Because when I'm listening to this man, the ANC Youth League leader, he's speaking like someone who had the goal to, do something good for South Africa. But then he found the ANC being corrupt and things like that. That is why I'm saying it's either he won't continue in that position because he's telling them that they are criminals, or he's also going to turn into a criminal if he hasn't turned into a criminal already, because I'm not sure how old this clip is. If he hasn't turned into a criminal already, and if he has also turned into a criminal, he's also corrupt, then that would be very, very sad. That would be very, very sad, because it just simply means that even the people who have the country's best interest in their heart will be corrupted soon as they get some position of power because of the ANC. Which simply means that the ANC just wants people who are corrupt only. And then those that are not corrupt are either not going to continue in their roles, or they are also going to turn into corrupt criminals. We need to pay attention to this leader of the ANC Youth League. Maybe he hasn't been corrupted yet, but maybe we are too late and he has already been corrupted. But then this was very, very interesting to me. That is why I said, you know what, on today's episode of The Spotlight, let me bring this to your attention. Because I think you've also never seen the ANC taking accountability like this. So it came as a shock to me, and I know very well that it's also going to come as a shock to you. So tell me on the comment section down below, what do you think about everything that I've heard in this episode of The Spotlight? But then if you just enjoyed this video or you learned something new, please leave a like and subscribe to this channel. I would really, really appreciate it. My name is Emmanuel, and this is Mzansi University, the place where we transform lives through knowledge and information. Let's meet again on another video.